Just give me a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. Camera is speeding. So, can you start by telling us your name?
My name is Adam Schluter. I'm a photographer, I guess.
And why do you do what you do? What's the point?
I think we forgot how to be human with each other. Sorry, I didn't really answer your question.
No.
So
I mean, I agree with you. We live in a time where there's an audience of many and a community of none. But what do you mean specifically?
I've been doing this for 6 years, 21 countries, thousands of strangers, all to learn and remember the most basic thing in the world, how to be human with one another and to share in each other's lives. Even if we have no idea how it's ever going to work, we need to just try more. To be out here is truly to be in the eternal. It all just makes sense here. When we sit still and disconnect from nature, we fall apart because we're just not meant to be there. We busy ourselves with things that help time go by, things that we don't necessarily even care about. What a disservice to the magic of life, to this one incredible opportunity we have to not see what we truly can become by standing on the shores of the eternal ocean in the shadows of the mountains. To see what awe does, to wake up our soul, remind us that we are so very alive. At least then we remember that today really does matter, that this life truly is a gift, just to be here for this one moment in time. I can't sit in comfort for too long. At home, I don't have to earn it, so I take it for granted and I get depressed when I forget how simple joy can be. My hair's a mess. I could use a shower, but my heart's open and burning with inspiration out here. I wake up in the morning with no clue where I'll sleep that night. All that matters is what I find along the way. My life only gets easier from here, so I do what I can to still sleep in the dirt and shower and experience. Out here, no time is wasted. It's all a part of the story. I don't know. Out here, there's so much life and I'm never alone and I'm in flow and I'm creating and I'm living and I'm all these things. But when I close that door to my house, everything just goes silent. That silence is deafening. You know, if I never sit still, I can never die.
New York City is always live.
New York is more in New York than it's.
If you can't make it in New York, you're not gonna make it nowhere.
My mental health is the best when I'm out here in the pursuit of nothing and everything all at the same time.
Even though we're humans and we're different, you know, it doesn't matter who we are. I think we should always get a chance to know each other.
That to me is when it becomes the most human that it can possibly be.
Mama always told me, don't ever judge a book by its cover, you heard?
And so I think it's less about solutions, but more about sharing experience.
And how did we end up in a dojo in East Brooklyn then?
Honestly, I feel it's just real world curiosity and intuition. Jumped on the subway, hopped off at a random stop, and I just noticed a painted building that had an open door. You know, when we don't have eye contact, we lose the intuition.
I totally agree with you. It's a shame that's happening all around the world. People are just totally divided for no reason at all. Okay, you can come up with reasons, but come on, folks.
Yeah.
We have to learn to live together, right?
Yeah.
I think what Martin Luther King said, if we don't treat each other as brothers, we will all perish as fools.
When I was in high school, I was getting in trouble every day. I feel like a lot of people, they try to look to fill in voids in their life. I never had anybody behind my back to be like, yo, I'm proud of you. And I feel like a lot of people need that in their life.
We gave up everything in Sri Lanka and came to here to give him a better life. So
I'm thankful to Hanshi
This makes you emotional. Why does this make you emotional?
because he's my life, you know. I don't want him to end up on the streets. That's my biggest scary thought. So I want him to be a better person.
So beautiful.
Being here, we found a reason to live, a reason to keep waking up in the morning. We're all a big family. The first time I heard the words, "I'm proud of you," was from Hanche. Hold on. And it means so much to hear that. I can't explain it. You just have to be next to Hanche to understand what I'm saying. He gives me rides home every day after class. And that 10-minute ride that we have just to get over there, you can't replace it. I look at Hanche with love, loyalty, and care, because when I do have kids, I want them to look the same way how I look at Hanche to me.
A lot of men never hear those words, that I'm proud of you. It's such a beautiful thing to hear those words and to feel that love. What does that mean to you?
Everything.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, why?
Is alive. Okay? It is out of trouble. Highly respectable.
Yeah, but he's different race, different age, different place.
It means nothing to me.
Exactly.
When they hurt, I hurt. You know, so. Well, you could see that.
I feel really close to the idea of imperfection out here, that we're not supposed to know what we're doing and we're not supposed to figure this out. And so I'm not really there to offer any kind of expertise. You're allowing someone to stay true to who they know that they are, which is the most important thing. Growing up, I was always sensitive. I was always emotional. I hid my feelings. I did everything that I could to kill that part of me. But as I tried to kill a natural part of myself, I was dying right along with it. And I was so desperate to fit in somewhere that I didn't even notice. Until one day, the whole world was flipped upside down, and I saw that no one could help because they didn't even know who I was. It was a horrifying and lonely feeling. These are the moments when I was suicidal. I will always be thankful I gave myself one last chance to go out and find the truth. To just see what would happen if I went out into the world to be unapologetically myself. I expected the world to criticize me, to ridicule me, to leave me alone again, so then at least I could have more resolve in such a final decision. But it didn't. The world met me in the middle and it wrapped me in its embrace. When you allow people to be themselves, there's just no room for the bullshit. And that makes life a lot simpler to just be. Every single stranger had a chance to use it against me, to see me as soft and judge me for being so, to confirm these fears I had always told myself. I lowered my shield, I opened my heart, and I closed my eyes, just waiting for the consequence. But when I opened them again, I saw the whole world did the same, once they saw me do it first. We're in the middle of East Brooklyn. We walked up to these people a few days ago. No one knew who we were, but now to me, they all feel like our family. So it just kind of feels like we're coming home to have dinner, you know, with some neighborhood friends that we've known for a while.
You're so stuck to your phone. It's like you're not realizing what's going all around here.
We want the places that we visit to stay hopefully a little more connected because of all the people that we were lucky enough to meet. Why do you think it's important for people to stay close during these divided times, it feels like?
Just show them what the real stuff, the real good stuff we do, not the negative stuff.
Do you think there's enough of that out there?
Yeah, there's enough of it out here. Yeah, they're just not showing you that.
I'm not doing anything special. Like I'm just being vulnerable with people, putting my heart on my sleeve, that's all I'm doing. And anybody could do this.
That was very beautiful.
It's been a weird life. It's been a weird life. So. Leaving a trip like this is always such a weird feeling. It's like I discovered a whole different world that I never even knew existed. And that's the whole beauty of it. There's real humanity around all of us, everywhere we go. And if you just ask and listen, they'll teach you a whole different way to see this world. Some treasure they found through their own unique life experiences.
So, this isn't just a photography project, is it?
The photographs are a great part of this project, but the bigger moments, the more fulfilling moments, those are the conversations.
What was one of your last fond memories you had of Johnny?
Laying up in his arms.
Depression or like mental health issues to start building up because you're trying to be someone that you're not.
I actually spent about 10 years running from everything. You know, that can be kind of an addiction.
Just a few little words, even to a stranger, like could mean a whole lot.
You know, I feel like the mood I was in just now, you kind of like took me out of that.
Be together.
I really appreciate that.
I was here right now, and after this conversation, I'm like, there's something else. Thank you for coming and asking, and
it's not bad to ask for help. You can save someone's life. It's a simple conversation.
Perfect.
Sure.
Very nice to meet you, Lucia.
It was real nice to meet you too.
The world is losing such a pure part of itself with all these screens. A part we so desperately need to keep growing with empathy together and remind each other that we simply cannot do this life alone. We just don't need to. I think that maybe if we just share this journey and try to walk each other home, maybe then we can live a life just a little more fulfilled.
I would never known you if you didn't say hi.